Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be beginning here on MLG Shakuras Plateau. We are in the round of 8 tonight in our monthly tournament. Nice cash prizes on the line this month. We've got ClashPanther battling it out here with Revkefka. It is going to be Terran versus Protoss. Both of these guys very, very highly ranked players, both GMs on the American server. Phenomenal gameplay about to be coming at us right now. Now, Revkefka just barely make it in time. He was gone for just a little while. We were about to disqualify him, strangely enough, but he did make it back just in time, so that was lucky for him. But to the dismay of ClashPanther, however, I think he was fairly pleased to be trying to get to go ahead and get a potential buy or a free win, if you will, in the round of 8. Now, all of these guys have placed in the money. This tournament does pay the top 8 places, so pretty decent. Pretty decent there for making some money for these guys. The loser of this match will take home $5, and the winner will go on to compete for that first place prize, which is currently $50 right now. So for this month anyway. It is going to be good stuff here. We got this Revkefka here. Our purple Protoss player is going to be spawning down in the bottom left-hand corner. In the bottom right, we do have ClashPanther. He is our pink Terran, so pink versus purple here. Going to be battling it out. This is really exciting for me. I must say that these games so far in the tournament have been phenomenal, and just looking at the way the bracket sits right now, I really think that we are in for an absolute treat at this point. And yeah, let's get some people on the stream. There we go. So I am super pumped for this. ClashPanther going to be starting off with what appears to be a wall off. Notice he's got this guy rallied straight back to the mineral line. And it looks like Revkefka going to be working on a SimCity, a type of build here, going to be putting these buildings close to home. ClashPanther does have his barracks going down here in great time. And we do see the gateway going down as well. Notice he did leave a gap here, actually, though. Actually, here and here. So not one of those block off your mineral line type builds. It is not one of those, but it is definitely going to be going down in the correct time. Notice the assimilator there, nice and quick, good sharp timings from both of these guys right now. It is only a best of 3 here in the round of 8. They've got to make it into the semifinals to have that best of 5, giving them just a little bit of extra time to take the win off of their opponent. So pretty good stuff. We do have these scouts cruising out across the map. We do see ClashPanther coming in here, does see the timing of the barracks, is going to cruise over here and see only one refinery, does not see that second refinery. We do have that orbital command on the way. In the meantime, ClashPanther going to be cruising in here, is going to gather that there is only one gas as well for his opponent at this point. We do have the Cybercore going down, so if he is going to be teching, this is about the time you'd see a second gas go down. However, it is not, so no super fast tech here from Revkefka. Now, notice he's not getting his Zealot either, though. So it is interesting to note. Going to probably go for Stalker first, I would assume. We do have another Rax on the way for ClashPanther. My goodness. But I am absolutely excited for the possibilities in this matchup here. And let's see, we've got, appears to be a reactor going down, still on one gas here for ClashPanther. Is going to be walling this off with supply depots here, and not going to be gearing up for an early expand quite yet. Does look like he is going to try and put some 2 racks pressure on his opponent. Oh, but look at this. Revkefka is going to be going for a fairly early next. Now, it was scouted there by ClashPanther, so good stuff from him. Good scouting, and Revkefka being fairly bold here, I would say, in going ahead and putting down that early expand. We'll see if he is going to be able to hold it. Is continuing to chrono boost his warp gate tech here. It does have stalkers rallied over to this location. Look at that. Look at that. Rallied straight to his opponent's main. There is, however, going to be plenty of Marines here, I do believe, for defense. 4 of them, with 5 of them now. So with decent micro here, should be just fine. But obviously Revkefka can kite those stalkers all day long if he wants. Notice he is putting down a forward pylon here. Wow, 2 more gateways. That is going to be some 3-gate pressure here off 2 base. Is going to allow the Nexus to complete, so it wasn't a feint. Going to go ahead and put himself on 2 base there. Looking really solid though right now. Is going to be a small push here. Notice that Revkefka does see this coming. is going to be kiting here with that Stalker. However, there is that concussive shell, and he is absolutely going to go down. Now, that's a big snipe right now for ClashPanther. Absolutely going to be putting him ahead. We do have the warp gates complete. He is going to have to be warping in units ASAP at this point to mount a defense here, or he is going to find himself in serious trouble. Here comes the attack from ClashPanther. He does have one Marauder in the mix here and plenty of Marines, so pretty decent looking force here. Look at that, 7 Marines. One Marauder is not moving in quite yet. Oh, here he goes. Maybe. Wait for it. There is a second Marauder as well as some SCVs. We are going to see a Sentry and a Zealot here on the low ground. Oh, and a bunker going to be going down immediately. Here come the Stalkers. Here comes the defense. Is it going to be enough? Now, notice that ClashPanther not really microing to take out these units. He's just trying to buy himself time to get this bunker complete. And decent warp-ins here from from Revkefka, but he's really got to be careful. He's got to take out these Marauders. I think more than anything, there are 3 Marauders now on the field. Oh, these Stalkers going down. Only 3 Stalkers left right now. A 4th just now warping in. We're going to have to pull a lot of probes here, I think, to make this happen. Notice that the SCV is going to be repairing this bunker. It is now full. There is a lot of units here for ClashPanther. ClashPanther really pushing this attack in great style. Looks like he may be able to take down a win off of this push, but Revkefka not giving up quite yet. However, these Stalkers dying is absolutely no fun. Trying to defend this, but the Nexus absolutely going to go down here. So brutal play so far, and look at that. It is GG. Well played from Revkefka right off the bat. We'll be going into game number 2 in just a moment, so don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be on Tal'Darim Altar in cross positions nonetheless. ClashPanther versus Revkefka here in game 2. Now ClashPanther showing a lot of strength with an early 2-racks push in that last game and absolutely bringing his opponent to his knees. Now the pressure on Revkefka at this point to bring it out. Got to bring the heat at this point. He's got to go 2 games in a row. It is only a best of 3 here in the round of 8, but we are essentially in our money makers for this monthly tournament here. The loser of this best of 3 will still take home $5, so that's really good there. Does get a nice cash prize out of this monthly tournament. And so far, so good. We're having a great time. Revkefka is going to be our pink Protoss down here in the bottom right-hand corner. In the top left, we do have ClashPanther, who is our yellow Terran, and he is absolutely feeling pretty confident at this point. Up 1 game in a best of 3 does mean a lot. Got to be putting that pressure on your opponent there. So, good place for him to be in. He does have 2 chances here to take down this win, all in all, and so we'll see if he's going to be able to do so. In just a moment, we do see Revkefka getting down his gateway here in decent time. Notice the barracks going down in decent time as well, so not quite as fast. Doesn't seem as that last one. So a little bit different of an opener. I think it was actually 1 supply earlier in that last game. So good stuff here, though. So far, we do have the gas going down in great time as well for Revkefka. It looks to be a standard opener. We do have his probe cruising out across the map and an SCV for ClashPanther cruising out across the map. These guys are going to be going in incorrect directions, but will make it to their opponent's base on their 2nd try, so not bad there. Let's just check in on what we've got for ClashPanther. Notice that he did get his refinery up and saturated here. Does have the barracks about to be complete, and command center morphing into an orbital command at this point too as well, in absolutely great time. Got to love it. We do have the Marine coming out on the field as well as a cybernetics core here for Revkefka. So good standard openers, nice crisp timings. We don't see anything strange, and we don't see anything that would give us the impression that one of them is slacking. So should be gearing up for a good game. Now notice that we did have this guy get chased off here. The probe scout did get chased off by the Marine. We do have, oh, look at this, a probe hiding himself. What's he going to be doing here? Is he going to be putting down a Nexus? Indeed he is, and he was trying to save himself from getting scouted there, so very interesting. Wanted to hide that little play there, but it looks as though ClashPanther will be cruising out here. Let's just check his
add-on complete
vision. He does see the Nexus going down. Revkefka, in the meantime, going to be chrono boosting out his Cybercore. Let's see, he was chrono boosting it. There it goes. And back to the chronos on the Cybercore Warp Gate Tech. Got to love that. We do have, looks to be, several stalkers queued up at this point. Going to be getting those guys sent all the way across the map here. Nope, never mind, not all the way across the map. Just right out here for defense. And it is going to be ClashPanther cruising out here with 3 Marines. Looks like he is going to try and put some early pressure on us. We do have 1 Tech Lab. We do have a Marauder on the way, as well as that concussive shell. So by the time he makes it across the map, he will have that upgrade available to him. Going to slow down those stalkers, make it much easier to take them out. No kiting for the stalkers. Brutal, brutal, brutal if your name is Revkefka. Now he is sticking with this same play. Going to get his Nexus out here ASAP. Look at that. It completes at the 5-minute and 22-second mark. And a probe transfer ASAP as well. Looking really good. Notice he does have 2 more gateways behind. So 3 gates right now off the 2 base. Going to be working on his economy here very, very well. And he does have that Warp Gate Tech going to be complete just as these guys come into existence as well. So 3 Warp Gates it is. Well, got to turn them though. Got to turn them. There we go. And here comes the push from ClashPanther. Same thing we saw in that last game, essentially here. So a decent push here. Good early aggression from our Terran player is going to be putting that pressure on. Oh, good. He did kill that SCV. Not a bad deal there. We got 1, 2 stalkers out in the center of the map here. Going to have to fall back with these guys in just a moment for defensive purposes. Otherwise, ClashPanther could potentially just take this down. I mean, this is not enough units for defense. Here come those stalkers, and it looks as though a bunker going to be going down. Almost identical play to what we saw in that last game. No, Lord Frisia, it is not a replay. And look at that. It looks as though the bunker is going to go down. We do have some decent kiting here with that stalker. We need to see some more warp-ins, though. We do have 1 sentry here, but sentry's not going to be quite the DPS that is needed here. Not enough. I just don't know. I mean, look at this. Revkefka falling victim to the exact same play at this point. The bunker is going to complete. Going to get that sucker loaded up. And look at this. It looks like he may be able, if he can kill all these SCVs, he may be able to hold this off, but it is going to take a little extra work. He's got to get out some more units here. Those stalkers not quite enough yet, especially with this full bunker. My goodness. 5 stalkers going to have to try and make this happen. Taking down one of those Marauders. A very, very good snipe there. Going to be trying to pull down this bunker. Is he going to get it done? Looks like good kiting there. Keeping that stalker alive. Absolutely necessary. Does finally go down there with a little bit of movement forward there from ClashPanther. Looks as though this kiting, though, may be able to turn that tide for Revkefka, and he will be up 1 base on his opponent. Notice that ClashPanther is backing out with all of these units that were streaming across the map. Wow, very, very good stuff. We do have a take now on the way for ClashPanther. He does have that factory complete. Notice he does not have an expansion in the works. Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. Going to be transitioning right into that tank play. Doesn't have that siege tech on the way quite yet, but it is going to be a counterattack here from Revkefka. Interesting. Let's just check in on the units tab. Notice that Revkefka does have 26 probes still, even though he did lose quite a few in that engagement. And to his opponent's 24. Now, ClashPanther does have a significant economy here. It's not like he's got a disadvantage at this point. But it looks like Revkefka, I think, wisely backing out here. I think that's the right move at this point. He did take a lot of losses. So let's check and see how that looks. 2,350 losses so far. To his opponents, only 1,500. So not bad there. It's not a deal breaker, if you will. I mean, this isn't like an instant game loss. Now, there is a little bit of room to make up, but economically here, we do see that ClashPanther is going to be falling behind just a little bit. Revkefka doing a great job chrono boosting out those probes, keeping his economy strong, strong, strong. Is going to have a robotics facility, going to be working on some Immortals. Immortals going to be a great counter to the tanks that are going to be headed his way here in just a moment. And does have siege tech on the way, so we will be seeing some sieged tanks as well as a lot of Marines and Marauders. So good stuff there. We do not have stim quite yet, but we do have the upgrade for the Marines. or the shield. I can't remember what it's called now. But really, really good stuff here. This is a decent-looking defense. We do have several sentries here. It is going to come down to some Guardian Shields and Force Field placement here. Going to go ahead and start that off. Oh, we've got to get a good split. That may not be the good split that he was looking for, but it is going to work for just a little bit. You see him backing out and going to go ahead and trap those units there. Not a bad idea. Going to try and keep these tanks backed up, but he's got a little bit of work to do, that's for sure. ClashPanther very, very aggressive with this play here, and is going to be pushing this attack. Good force fielding here, helping him hold on, but just not enough quite yet. Cannot be sending any of those units forward. We've got to see some more units here for defense for Revkefka. He is absolutely going to be in big trouble. I think pulling probes would probably be a good idea as well. Uh-oh, that's game. Ladies and gentlemen, ClashPanther way too much. And it is just a perfect attack there. One base push to one base push. 2x times for ClashPanther there, taking down the win. He will be moving on in this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going into our next match here in just a little bit, so don't alt-tab, always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys then.